Okay, so hello everyone, I'm back for another video, and today, in honor of MatPat, I'm going to do the one thing that I can confidently say I'm somewhat good at. Actually use science in my theories. Today, I'm going to try and give a potential answer to how on earth the Deoxynn can do the mind corruption of their victims and hence keep them into trap phases when they hit their limit. Well, the answer might be more simple than you think. But before that, let us see how the trap phase works. The trap phase, which is the scientific term used for when a dioxin victim becomes insane and starts attacking the people around them, is achieved once the dioxin victim actually reaches 100% in their limit. This limit is affected by multiple actions throughout the day done by any dioxin victim, such as simple acts of breathing or getting hurt in battle. Now I will go through all the actions that increase and decrease one's limit. The actions that increase one's limit include simply being present in a battle, which increases the limit by 24% each term, getting hit inside a battle, which increases it by 10% or even more in some cases. Certain sounds, for example, the flapping of a wasp-on's wing, as demonstrated by Alexa, and if Jake's trap phase is anything to go by, this can actually happen even outside of battle, which does contradict what I said previous video or something. But anyway, that's out of the equation. And we also know from Jake himself after the battle that his Deoxynn in particular actually goes and is able to manipulate him through his anxiety. And if the title of the game and the situations I said are anything to go by, the one Nyarla Alexa's Deoxynn goes by is Alexa's fear. As you know, being in a battle, a literally death like situation is somewhat scary, and also physical harm or the potential of physical harm for that matter is in general scary. Now anyway, the actions that decrease one's limit include taking a breath, having the sleep stats effect, using the golden berry item, grazing bullets, hitting this particular orange color bullet during a battle sequence after already entering the trap phase, and last but not least, for Alexa in particular, exiting a battle scenario automatically drops her limit back to 0. So with the factors listed, now let us look at the connections between all of these. Now it really doesn't take genius to recognize that a lot of the factors that increase limit are tied to either stress or fear, and this is very evident. Being in a possibility of bodily harm can easily induce fear, and certain noises are known to stress people out, such as the flapping of a wasp's wings. That would probably drive a lot of people, including me, crazy if I hear that. You know, and the vice versa is also true for the things that reduce the limit. Sleeping, you know, keeps us in a relaxation mode, so That obviously decreases fear. Taking a breath also relaxes most people. It is kind of tricky to say how grazing can decrease it, but I guess you can argue other than gameplay constraint that Alexa realizes that even though the bullets are near her, they are not harming her, so she is more calm about that because she realizes she can dodge them or something. I don't know, but you can still spin something around that. As for the golden berry, it's easy to say that you know some foods taste good, so that can obviously do that, but there might also be other things, such as the fact that some foods might have particular chemicals, which I will be getting into later. This leaf projectile and this orange leaf projectile. I've been calling it orange, but thanks to the game fails, it makes sense why this thing actually can reduce our limit back to 0. In the game files, this thing is known as golden leaf. Golden as in the same color as the golden berry item. So in case this implies that these items are actually part of the same plant, it would make sense that this leaf of the plant also has some properties same as the golden berry item. And last but not least, again, just getting out of a battle scenario means Alexa is no longer in a life or death or bodily harm based situation. So that ought to relieve her up a bit. Now, how am I going to connect this with real world science? Well, one word: adrenaline. Now, that's all. A hormone, adrenaline. This hormone, which I'm sure you already know about, is released upon stress in either physical or mental nature, occurs in human body, and most commonly in fear-based situations. And you know what it is called? It's just called the fight or flight hormone. You know, fight, emphasis on fight there. So it makes sense that it can cause some fighting tendencies, such as the one Alexa gets during the trap phase. In other words, what I'm trying to imply is that when a Deoxynn corrupts someone's mind, they actually basically make it so that when enough adrenaline is inside their victim's body, the insane half can somehow take over their system and attack the, the people around them, because that's already somewhat of characteristic of adrenaline. So I think it would make them easier to attack, make it more easier for the Deoxynn victims to attack them. So anyway, what on earth does this mean for the overall story of the Deoxynn? Well, surprisingly, it actually does mean something. You know why? Because if this theory turns out to be true, then not only can a Deoxynn manipulate the physical bodies and systems of a Deoxynn victim, but also they can corrupt them, and that would mean that in case there are some creatures conveniently that can have this nearly same anatomy as humans, this would apply for them too. And which creatures in Europa probably do have the same conditions? The answer is simple. We know for a fact that at least on ice, the beasts that Caleb is a part of actually might have similar anatomy to humans. I say this because Caleb is half of both human and an ape, so theoretically that would be only possible if both entities would have a similar physiology and anatomy such that crossing between the two species can occur. So this means that before the humans arrived on Europa, there would have been actually beasts that would have also been the victims of dioxin. And exactly what would this relation between the beast and dioxin be? Well, that is going to be the topic of my next video. So see you then, and sorry for the cliffhanger. Bye.